Welcome to Save, Scrap, and Sew. This is Shambhavi here. Yes, I have started the session a bit early, but then I'm afflicted by punctuality. For those of you who are watching a repeat, welcome to the concept of Save, Scrap, and Sew. If you know about Save, Scrap, and Sew, great. If you don't know, today I'm here to tell you more about it. Let me first tell you that this is the first time that we are doing a YouTube live session. YouTube live, I kept thinking, why should I not do it? Because Save Scrap So and I am all about why not. One of the reasons I chose YouTube is because mostly those who are not on social media, like Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, or who are not comfortable with being on social media, are still very comfortable with this channel of YouTube. Hence, when I got an opportunity through StreamYard to do a live, I said, let's go for it. The second reason why I chose YouTube is there were many queries from moms who wanted their children to be a part of Save Scrap and Sew. And obviously, I don't want to channelize them towards our social media because they have enough screen time. So we can avoid that. And I thought, let's do the YouTube, which maybe they can just listen to also later on, or their parents can help them with it. The most important thing about being here is a buddy. Who is a buddy? A buddy is anybody with Save Scrap and Sew who has actually been a part of our journey, which could be sorting, cutting, ironing, stitching, or a person who has subscribed to our YouTube channel or liked our Facebook page or following us on Instagram. Anybody who has been a part of our journey in the past almost 6 years now is a buddy. So I have here somebody saying hello to me. Thank you very much for that. Let us look at what we have done in the last almost 6 years. Well, we have saved more than 6.5 tons of scrap. Important question. Scrap is from the source which comes only from tailors. Mostly people ask me, why don't you use personal scrap? Why don't you take from individuals? My answer to them always is that when you pay money and buy something, there is always ownership. But the tailor who has no ownership on the cloth, has very small area in the store, is probably left with only option of throwing it into the garbage, and from there it goes to the landfill, and then it just has to be incinerated and or treated so that it'll only add on to the land pollution and air pollution. Nothing else can be done with it. But thanks to the 500 plus buddies who believed in me, who still believe in me, who are part of this journey, who collect the scrap from the tailor, make it into sheets, bags, small pillows, and give it to the people who are needy. The next question comes to mind immediately. Why not clothes? In fact, just 2 days back, I had a message from India, from Coimbatore, from a lady whose daughter apparently lives here, who was aware of Safe Scrap and Sew, and I think they'd been following us for more than 1.5 or 2 years. I'll come to that, following us in just a bit. And what she said is she showed me a set of pictures with skirts and some blankets and bags, and she said that She had used her own scrap to make this for her helper. And I was so happy to see it because one of our objectives is to tell people to save your own scrap. So that means somewhere in some part of the world, we did achieve that. So, why we don't do clothes? That is because you need elastic, you need buttons to stitch clothes. And for us, we don't want to spend any more money than what we have with us. We all have our own pet charities who we can easily gift or donate to. But Save Scrap and Sew demands, requires your dedication in terms of time, which is the most precious commodity. It demands your labor. So you have to be completely involved in the process of making these sheets, bags, and pillows. You don't need to be a person who knows how to stitch. When scrap comes from the tailor, it's in so many shapes and sizes. Let me show you a sample what it looks like. This is what a scrap can look like. So what can I do with this? My first guideline would be to see what size is it which I can easily take out from that scrap without using too much of my complex mathematical calculations. And I have a set of prescribed sizes which we have tried and tested, and it works very well for us. With that, we may make sheets, bags, or pillows. When I say bags, you can take a look at this. This is a bag which is made with small 5 by 5 pieces. The inside lining was a bigger piece and it has a pocket in it, but there are no elastic buttons, zipper, nothing. Nothing which will add to the cost of the individual. Because we can probably buy 10 zips, 100 zippers, maybe about 1,000 yards of elastic, but scrap will never go away from this world. Till the time there is clothing, we will never be a zero scrap model. So, how many can we buy? When is it going to end? Never. So, we avoid the usage of anything which we need to buy additional. The only thing which we do is buy thread and we use our own machines. I have here Sumit saying hello from Ruiz. Hello, Sumit. Thank you very much. You are one of the reasons why I decided to have the session today. Let us look at the fact that Sumit is here today actually for themselves as well as for her kids, for her children. So we have had a Teen Buddies program, and we've had more than 70 children go through this program, where they did 7 sessions of 2 hours each over a period of maybe 2 or 3 months, depending on if it was clashing with their exams or anything. And every session, they learned something new, which could be from this scrap, sorting the scrap, trying to understand the different type of scrap, trying to understand the different type of fabric, going on to asking the tailor for scrap, explaining the cause to them. Further up, they would tell new buddies who came in about the program. And this usually culminated with their parents attending a session with them. Now, the great part of all this was all of them, they learned how to stitch. So that means they actually got a new skill during the whole process. It was a very enjoyable time to me just before COVID that we were going through this process of the Teen Buddies. But don't think that because now we cannot meet face to face, we have stopped doing these sessions. No, actually on popular demand and mostly Saturday 11 o'clock is my Teen Buddies session with them where they come online, I supervise them and they do their cutting, sorting. Now, this can be towards a community program which they want to do. This can be just because they are interested in doing something for society, or this can be towards a college application. A college application demands that you speak about what makes you a different person or how you have contributed. In that, when they write this particular aspect of saving the earth from the fabric scraps, it makes a difference, because most people talk about recycling of plastic, paper, glass. We hardly ever come across fabric scraps, especially the fabric scraps which are generated from the tailors or fashion boutiques. And let me show you a sample what that looks like. This is a set of sample which has come from one fashion boutique or maybe one textile company for one season for one particular type of sample. And what happens to this? This just gets thrown into the garbage and into the landfill. So making people aware of this is a part of Save Scrap and Sew. Now, I'm hoping that from these young teen buddies, many of them may become fashion designers, or they may become media communication specialists, or they may be doing marketing for their companies, they may be entrepreneurs. Anything that they become, I hope that they will remember to think about Mother Earth, the contribution which they can make to the Mother Earth, and save the scrap. So I have here my sister, as always, cheering me and very proud, happy to be part of Save Scrap and Sew initiative anymore, grown to social moment. Thank you so much for that. And yes, her daughter, my niece, has been a big part of Save Scrap and Sew, and I'm missing her today because she's not here. Otherwise, she always helps me with the live. Thank you, Sumit, for telling me. It's quite interesting. Please ask any other questions that you would like so that I can answer you live out here as I'm going through the journey. You're learning macrame using scrap clothing. Fantastic. This is one of the important things to understand, that you don't need to know how to sew. You can do so many other things. And there are many ways. Thanks to YouTube, we have a great channel out here which gives us so much information on how you can manage and how you can save, what you can repurpose. For example, last year, my daughter, for her MYP project, she did repurposing shoe boxes using scrap. So to make it decorative, and you know how many shoe boxes go waste. But I'm not focusing on anything else apart from fabric scrap. And yes, if you want to know more about what to do with fabric scrap, I am very happy, and I would be very, what should I say, enthusiastic about sharing my learnings. Yes, Sumit, there will be online session for teens regarding sewing. Yes, we'll see how we can work around it. It is not so easy to do it, but yes, there is always a yes. If you can learn from a YouTube tutorial on how to sew, then definitely I can also teach you online. And why not? Maybe I'll make some specific videos which tells the basics. Actually, you know what? You can check out the playlist where the Teen Buddies list is there in the YouTube channel itself. And you can see how every teenager, male or female, has actually gone through the process of stitching. Some loved it, some not so much, but all of them, they learned. It is not something which one cannot do. Again, not forgetting, the skills that we use for sewing, for Safe Scrap Sew, are mostly only straight lines, which is possible for anybody to stitch. So how can we ask for our scrap back from the tailors without seeming cheap? I would say that because now we have our website, Save Scrap and Sew, you have the Facebook page, and you have all these various, whatever the various channels which I'm telling you about, Instagram and Twitter, you can show pictures to them and tell them that this is what I'm going to do. And very honestly, actually, they will not think of you as cheap at all. It is what we think. And I have actually had friends or acquaintances tell me that they asked the tailor for their fabric back again. The tailor did wonder what happened, but when they realized that what was the cause, they were very happy to give it back. And very important thing, let me ask you, if you are buying rice, let's say 1 kilo, Do you give 100 grams or 50 grams back to the shopkeeper? If you're buying sugar, 5 kilos, do you give even 20 grams back to the shopkeeper? Or even if you purchase from a mall and say, you know what, keep this 20 grams, you don't. Do they think you're cheap because you demand that if a packet is broken and some sugar or rice has come out of it, you demand a fresh packet? Do they consider you cheap? No, you have paid for it. That is your right. So why should they consider you cheap if you're asking for your scrap? Yeah, we can learn from YouTube. Yes, Sumit, but like I said, uh, we also have on the YouTube channel another list which says making of the bag, making of sheets, and making of the pillow. So there are very clear instructions on how to make these things. Uh, we have here, please give more details regarding size, basic minimum requirements of a bag. Yes. Now, we can do more details of this right now, or I can also tell you that how we have functioned as Safe Scrap and Sew. So when we started, thanks to my marketing background, the day we started Safe Scrap and Sew on 30th September 2015, that particular day, I started a Facebook page. So now for those of you who are listening here, please feel free to share and look at the Facebook page, share it with your friends, like it, subscribe to it, because the Facebook page you will see consistent work which has been done and is being now at present in any part of the world where people are with us as Safe Scrap and So Buddy, which could be Abu Dhabi, Sharjah, Dubai, it could be Bangalore, Mumbai, Kuwait, any of our buddies. Whatever they are doing is consistently posted out there. So you know that you are a part of a group, you are not alone in this. And if you like the page and share to it, it helps us also create more awareness. It doesn't cost you anything. That is the first part. Second thing, how we have used social media is that for every person, like now, if you want to become a part of Safe Scrap, and so if you send me a message through the website, I usually reply back with my phone number. Then for every person who joins in and who has save, scrap, and sue. That's it. Now, I've also done LinkedIn Live. So if you're on LinkedIn, I have not created a separate page for Safe Scrap and so because I have to take care of it on LinkedIn as well. But I'm very happy to connect with you. And this is how, in fact, a couple of universities and schools have connected with me. And during the peak pandemic time, we have conducted online sessions for the students, creating awareness, making them understand the ethos, the philosophy of Safe Scrap and so. Let me share with you, as I said just now, share screen and just hope these are the technical glitches which one comes across, which is unexpected, just like how the pandemic was unexpected. Let me just quickly run you through this list, which I have is for the 5 do's which we follow in Safe Scrap and so, and we do respect our team members and we respect Mother Earth, and we do realize that every task is important, whether it's the sorting, the cutting, everything is important. We also do want to contribute to saving the landfill, and we want to definitely help the needy. These are the do's which we want to do, and we want to make every bit count. So, any contribution that you do towards working with Safe Scrap and so, and not any cash or any kind. So, we did, since we are not talking about personal cloth and stuff, anything which you do personally with your time and labor is welcome. And you're welcome to message me here on Facebook or anywhere, and you'll get a response as soon as possible. Now, what we don't do is we do not sell anything which is made on Safe Scrap. And so very often I'm asked, what is the cost? Can you give it to us? Shopkeepers tell me that we will actually market your products for you, but I don't need all that because we do not sell. This is very clear. And that's the reason why my buddies believe in this cause, is because there is no conflict related to money. Then we do not use elastics and buttons. The sewing skills that we require are very, very minimal. There is no personal cloth which we use because we believe that when we pay for something and we buy it, there is ownership and we will never throw it away. But the tailor has no ownership. So we do not use personal cloth. We do not use secondhand cloth because we believe that the person who's receiving it, there should be dignity in receiving. So there is no secondhand cloth in Save, Scrap, and Sew. And the most important, the mantra for me, there is no perfection. Efficiency is more important than perfection. So please, if you want to join Save, Scrap, and Sew, or if you want to tell people about it, if you want to save Mother Earth, if you want to be sustainable, please join us, share, like, subscribe to the social media channels, to the YouTube channel. Ask me questions, ask our buddies questions. They'll be very happy to share their knowledge which they have gained, or their skill which they have gained or which they already had. They'll be very happy to share. Save, Scrap, and Sew is all about sharing and caring. So please let us save the landfill bit by bit. And always the mantra, efficiency is more important than perfection. I'm going to sign off now. And if there are any other questions, maybe we'll do a live next week again. Thank you for all those who watched live. Thank you to my family. And thank you to all the buddies for being buddies. The fact that you're a buddy means that you are equal. We are all at par with each other, and everyone is welcome to becoming a buddy. For those who are seeing a repeat, go ahead, ask those questions in the comments, and let me see how best and how soon I can respond to your queries. Thank you so very much for being here. Bye for now. Have a wonderful day and take care.